Fashion tires, how much percentage? Has it taken over? What do you mean? Like, for the Strassers? I don't know. Democratic socialism, I'm gonna put here. In fact, actually, I'll put it above Georgism. People in general. Well, that's a really complex question to answer. I mean, there's a lot of Hitler particles in the air. You know, microplastics. You could roughly analogize that to Hitler particles or something like that. I don't know. A lot of people are very infected with the fascist brainworms, particularly the youth, because education is fucking decaying. What does it mean, democratic socialism? Well, that's the thing. That's part of why I put it in the okay tier, because you can use it to mean a lot of things. A lot of people, this is kind of synonymous with like liberal socialism. In fact, I might change these tiers around at some point. Like, I might bring classical liberalism down here. Or put this up here, maybe. Yeah, I'll put that. No, that seems actually too high. I'll think about it. But fundamentally, I want it to be somewhere in this area because democratic socialism has been used to mean a lot of things. In many forms, it can be Marxist. In many forms, it can be non-Marxian. You know, it is a very broad tent that bears the label of socialist. And there are many self-described democratic socialists who functionally are more like social democrats, although they do maintain an aspiration of abolishing the class divide and achieving a socialist society where there is, you know, collective democratic ownership of the means of production. You know, that's part of why I put it there, or what I want to put it there. They're definitely a step above social democrats and Georgists, but I repeat myself. And there are some people who, like, a lot of people who call themselves democratic socialists are still ultimately liberals when you come to the end of things. They're not very far on that pipeline of moving leftwards, because you shouldn't have to say democratic socialism. Socialism by necessity is a democratic form of society, you know? That's the social part of socialism, is that you operate as a social unit democratically. Nobody's like left out. That's why I found it weird. Yeah. But it's like A for effort. I appreciate, you know, he a little confused, but he got the spirit. Maybe not as much as Georgism, but you know. Definitely better than social democracy, though. Social democracy is sort of like there. You know, there's a fork in the road, and it's like which way? Western liberal. On the left, you have democratic socialism. Sunshine, a very nice, well-lit castle. Karl Marx wearing the sunglasses. Friedrich Engels, Rosa Luxemburg, fucking Peter Kropotkin, all those people. Fucking most social scientists. And also great prosperity, democracy, workers' unions, syndicates, etc., etc. Cool shit. The resolution of class conflict. You start going that way, and you hit democratic socialism early in the road. Or you could go the left path. Fascism, national syndicalism, bullshit, like Elon Musk's face widened to 3 times what it should be. Donald Trump, you know, but his whole face is just his mouth. You know, Hitler, Stalin, all those people. And you have these, like, early stops on the road. On the left, it's democratic socialism. On the right, it's social democracy. For your average liberal. Hello, Editing Y2K here. This is just one part of a multi-part series of me ranking all the ideologies that I know enough about to comment on. It took place over the course of 2 live streams earlier in the year, and the other parts will be all available on a playlist if you're interested. Please check it out, and thank you for watching.